and delegates to one-day CME with the theme of first episode Psychosis, a wake-up call for Indian psychiatrists. The CME is organized by our department, the Department of Psychiatry. This program is intended as a capacity building exercise to enhance the diagnostic and management skills of young mental health professionals. To begin with, I feel honored to invite Professor Rakesh Sehgal, our esteemed dean, to the dais. Sir, we are very grateful to you. You have been kind enough to take out some of your valuable time for this occasion, despite your extremely busy schedule as a dean of the institute. Now I request Dr. Devika to welcome the sir with the bouquet. Now I invite Professor Devashish Basu, Head, Department of Psychiatry, and the motivational force behind this program. This CME that aims to empower medical professionals with knowledge and skills in this important area is his vision. This program could not have culminated without his constant encouragement, support, and valuable guidance. Now I request Dr. Kanika to welcome the sir.
I would now like to invite Dr. Aseem Mehra, the organizing secretary of today's program, to the dais. Sir, without your constant efforts, motivation, and leadership, we wouldn't have been able to organize this event. I would now request Dr. Pranshu to present a bouquet to Sir. As we begin our quest for knowledge, let us seek the blessings of Ma Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, wisdom, and learning. Along with that, I would request our honored chief guest, Professor Sehgal, our organizing chairperson and head of department, Dr. Basu, and our organizing secretary, Dr. Mehra, to light the lamp. I would also like to invite Professor Kulhara, Professor Mattu, and Dr. Vipin Kaushal for the lighting of the lamp. Along with welcome the dignitaries and delegates to deliver the welcome note and dedicate the CME to the memory of Dr. S.K. Verma and Dr. Rajiv Gupta.
Respected Professor Rakesh Sehgal, Dean Academics PGI. I can see Dr. Vipin Kaushal, our medical superintendent, and my teachers, Dr. P. Kulhara and Dr. S.K. Mattu, my departmental colleagues, some of the heads of the departments, Dr. Sushmita I can see there, and dear friends, the delegates, participants for today's National CME. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you to today's what we call the Foundation Day CME. As you know, yesterday, those of you who have been here, you know that yesterday, 16th September, was the day when Professor N.N. Vig walked in the in PGI for joining the Department of Medicine. There was no psychiatry department at that time, as an assistant professor of psychiatry in the Department of Medicine. So we call that the foundation day. The actual department was later. That's a long story. I won't go into that right now here. But in 1968, 67, 68, once the institute became an institute of national importance, so a separate department was made. But 16 September remains the day, and so around that time we do this Foundation Day National CME, just to refresh our own knowledge and skills. And the focus is on young mental health professionals, so that something new or something of an emerging area can be covered. So this time I'm not going to talk about this because we have the whole day to talk about first episode, Psychosis, a wake-up call for Indian psychiatrists. But what I'd like to say here, just one more minute I would like to take from you. It's very important. It's a bit emotional event, but it's very important. We decided that we will dedicate today's CME to two of the stalwarts who many of you, especially senior, now I can see Dr. Professor Rajiv Gupta has joined us. He's the Senior Director and CEO of PGIMS Rohtak, and Dr. Kishore Chandiramani. He had joined the department when I just joined the department. So they would know, and others would know, Professor S.K. Verma, Santosh Kumar Verma, clinical psychologist, a doyen, a gentle giant, a quiet soul who passed away on 31st of August. He is the one with tremendous, who has enriched the clinical psychology scene. He was the one who was the first recruit of Professor N.N. Vig as a research officer way back in 1968. And then for exactly 3 decades, for 30 years, till 1998, he had served the department in various capacities. And even now, today in India, many of the instruments, the psychodiagnostic and the assessment things are in his and Dr. Dwarka Prasad's name. So our salute to Sir. This is not the time to go into the volumes of talk that we can do on that, but we'd like to remember in our own small way to at least to commemorate and to dedicate today's Dr. S.K. Verma and also Dr. Rajiv Gupta, who passed away very recently. Again, we have lost these two stalwarts in a span of 2 months, so 11th of June. He was a person who was contemporary of Dr. Ajit Awasthi. In fact, they were batchmates at the MBBS level. And after his MD, he joined the private sector, which was new in Ludhiana. Very famous person, but more importantly, he was a person who kept the alumni group, and he was like a cementing factor, an extremely dynamic, enthusiastic, questioning, challenging person throughout his life. He had a zest for life. Unfortunately, cancer took him away. But till that last time, his last WhatsApp message on the day of Holi, the last Holi that he played, he said that this is my last Holi, but he danced with full gulal and everything, and in a colored thing, and he said that we should celebrate life, So I think that is the spirit in which we are dedicating today's thing. May I request all to just stand in silence for 1 minute, please, in his in their respect and memory. Okay, thank you very much. I think I'll end here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite the chief guest for today, our Dean, Professor Rakesh Sehgal, to deliver his inaugural speech. Sir, please.
People who have come and to attend this CME, which has been organized by the Department of Psychiatry. I see that there are a lot of senior dignitaries here, Professor Kaushal, Professor Basu, and obviously Professor Kulhara and Mattu and sir from Rohtak also. We extend a very warm welcome to them to attend this CME. And the focus of this CME today is first episode Psychosis. As Dr. Basu has already told you, a wake-up call for Indian psychiatrists. Well, this is a subject which is actually beyond my comprehension, because psychiatry is something which if you go into the depth of it, then some problem is there with probably everybody as per the psychiatrist's evaluation. They will find something that, okay, you are having this problem. But anyway, like first this psychosis, as I've been told, that it is detachment from the world, or am I correct, Dr. Basu? Detachment from the world. But anyway, if you go to our history, our जो हमारे संत होते थे, वो तो they wanted to go to the forest, detached from the world. So probably their perception was different, and the psychiatrist's perception is different. But anyway, here we have to live in the world, and not detached from the world. You have to be there in the world and be a part of the world. If you become detached from the world, obviously they'll diagnose you as having some problem. So anyway, but the first episode, psychosis, this is what is the focus, and they would like to diagnose when a first episode psychosis occurs in a patient before it becomes a chronic sort of a problem. So that is something, a subject of research now in recently only. And as far as I know, and Dr. Basu would agree with me, and the psychiatrists would agree with me, there are very few limited studies in India regarding this. So it is a good effort that PGI is doing this pioneering work. And I can tell you, PGI has been in the forefront, as Professor Basu and others have mentioned. Dr. Vig was the one who had actually started this department way back in 1963, and this is the 59th Foundation Day. And PGI is celebrating the 60th Foundation Day. So just a year after PGI was established, this was started by him, and there was no Department of Psychiatry, which came into being later on. So anyway, everybody remembers, yesterday we had a talk, oration on Professor N.N. Vig oration also, and so everybody remembers him. Rather, we have a lot of stalwarts who are sitting there also, and we all remember and respect them for their contribution to the field of psychiatry and what work has been done. So I would not take too much time, and I would like once again to welcome all the participants who can enjoy the CME as well as also enjoy the visit to the city. Beautiful. The weather appears to be quite okay today, at least it's not raining. So I hope that they enjoy both the CME and their visit to Chandigarh. Thank you very much.
So the first book is called Journey of the Department. Yes, please. So it's a thick and a fat e-book which you will find in the soft copy in both the website, our departmental website, the uploaded copy. These are upgraded up to 2022. It chronicles the entire era, and there is original writing by Professor N.N. Vig, a very long writing of the initial years of the department, original writing of Professor V.K. Verma, of Dr. P. Kulhara, and Dr. Savita Malhotra. So all the heads, how the department shaped up, along with the milestones, the achievements, the awards, everything, and the papers, etc., etc. It's a full, as I said, the journey of the department from 1960. So thank you for release, sir. Thank you. Next. The next book is what we call the Almanac. So it's basically... It's another idea. It's a directory of our alumni, and then which from 1963 onwards, from the first person who had joined the department, he is no longer there, but other people are there. Dr. Roshanlal Narang is probably the person who is there, and other. From there till 2022, the entire, not just names, but their details, their emails and contact numbers and photographs and what they are doing. So we try to... Dr. Kulhara used to be, let me put it officially, because when I was his student, I am still his student, but at that time he would be quite proud of it. He used to show me कि बासु देखो ये मैंने update कर लिया यहाँ तक. He would single-handedly, sir, you know that, for single-handedly he would update and upgrade and maintain this list. After that, lot of other faculty members, Dr. Sandeep Grover, and all other people currently, Dr. Swapnaji, Dr. Akhilesh, we have been maintaining this, and I think this is something which is a very important thing. Again, freely available, also as a Google Doc, which anybody can see. Thank you very much. And the last one would be, yeah, so this is our general information manual. This is the so-called pink book. It's known as the pink book from yesteryears. Again started at the time of Professor Vig. Even I don't know when it started. Dr. Kulala can tell us better. But it has been going on. It gets updated. You know, we have added child adolescent psychiatry, drug de-addiction, this and that, all new SOPs, protocols, they get added. It's again a living document. Again available online. Everything is available online. And this is a true curriculum which later on, I'm very happy to share with you, has been actually used by other people elsewhere to use to build up their own curriculum. So I thought that these three, thank you very much for e-release.
Yes, the psychiatrists want you to be in the pink of health.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, please.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to request Professor Basu to present a memento to Professor Sehgal. Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite our organizing secretary, Dr. Aseem Mehra, to propose a vote of thanks.
Professor Rajiv Gupta, so though directly he's not my teacher, and other in my department, from my teachers, my colleagues, and my dear friends, who have made tremendous contribution to the field of psychiatry, like Professor P. Kulada, Professor S.K. Mattu, and we feel deeply honored, sir, that you have come here today to encourage and bless us. And I sincerely extend my gratitude to Professor Sehgal, who took his valuable time out of his busy schedule to grace this occasion and encourage us. I am extremely thankful to Professor Vipin Kaushal and like Dr. Uttam Saini and other ma'am, Professor Susmita ma'am is here, and I am very thankful to all of you that you come here and you bless us, and it means a lot of us, dear sirs and ma'am. And I thank all other dignitaries, each one, my esteemed teachers, and to my dear friend and my delegates to have accepted our invitation. We have sincerely made our best effort to make this activity a great training and learning experience for all of us. And in case is there any shortcoming in any form, please pardon us.